GamesCom 2010.
Before that we could really own and it could be unique. And so the Cold War era, a lot of them, actually most of the modern weaponry and tactics were birthed right there in that Cold War era. So it was really cool because it would have like this familiar aspect, but it also had all these very unique elements to it in and of itself that we could really express and highlight with Call of Duty Black Ops. So whichever era that we go to, we want to make sure that we're providing fresh new experiences. And that was the spirit behind going to the Cold War.
Okay.
Call of Duty 4 and 5, both of them multiplayer meta conflict. Do you have it coming up for Black Ops?
We're considering it. It's not announced yet. It's not on the table or off the table. We understand the values of a beta and how popular it is in the community. So it's just a matter of just working our timetable. Do we feel like we need it? Do we want it? That kind of stuff. If we do a beta, you'll hear it from me first. So you can follow me on Twitter. It's JD_2020 on Twitter. Of course, check the website and Facebook fan page and all that stuff.
And is the community important helping you through the development of the game?
Yeah, hugely. We pull so many of our features and designs that go into the game are directly come from the community. Like during World at War, the Dogs of War for our 7-kill streak, that was a direct suggestion from the community. Like we read it and we're like, that could be cool. We built it and we're like, yeah, that's a lot of fun. So we kept it in the game. Whether it's the little things like the objective icons in the game. If you're a sniper and sometimes you put your reticle across the objective icon, like the A or the B that's floating on the screen. Sometimes they get in the way and you can't see the person that you're trying to shoot. So some of the suggestions on the forums is just have them fade away when your reticle crosses the plane. So we're going to do that. So if your reticle comes across one of those HUD elements, it'll fade away and it'll come back into view. Little things like that, lots of those are in the game. Some bigger things are in the game, like kill streak suggestions or, just weapon balancing suggestions or attachments. So you'll see a lot of that. We haven't done a deep dive reveal into our multiplayer, which is where most of that community feedback lives. But when we do reveal that stuff, I think you'll see a lot of familiar suggestions that you might have read on forums and boards and stuff.
And a very familiar question, gonna be DLC, right?
We're gonna definitely aggressively support the game after it launches with updates and content's probably gonna be there too. But nothing to announce yet. We're completely focused on just finishing the game, and we want to make sure that what we put in the box is the best it can possibly be.
Sounds good. As a developer, what do you personally like most about this new Call of Duty experience?
I can't say because it's a.
You could choose 3 things.
It's a portion of our. No. What I mean is I can't say because I do have a favorite, but it's part of our multiplayer, and I can't say it.
Okay.
There's some
cool stuff in the multiplayer.
Let's just say that there's some new modes in multiplayer that people are gonna really like.
Okay.
On multiplayer, we would see an helicopter driving or something.
Could be. There is a vehicle component to multiplayer. I'll tell you that, but it's it's not something that we've done before, and I don't think the players are going to expect it.
Cool.
Great.
Nice.
All right.
In the single player, I saw a lot of destructible environments, boats and houses, and is everything destructible or certain parts?
Not everything. Yeah, just certain parts. The parts that you would think that makes sense to be destructible, yeah, those will be destructible. If like the building in Victor Charlie where she shot the rocket at it and it completely blew apart. Like that's it's a great cinematic set piece to have blow up. But yeah, Call of Duty is not about having the entire world destructible. It's just not that kind of game. It's actually important that the world stays within a certain form to make sure that the levels are progressing the way they need to and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, cinematic set pieces where it makes sense to be destructible, you can see a lot of that. Lots of things blow up in Call of Duty. And in Payback, that helicopter mission in particular, yes, everything's destructible in that level. So you can blow up bridges, you can blow up huts and trees and boats and pipelines. Yeah, everything in that level happens to be destructible, just because it's fun.
Cool. So we've got time for about one more question, so take your pick.
I think we covered up on everything, to be honest.
Very well.
I don't have no more questions. The helicopter, playing, how do you say it?
Was it on a rail?
Steering. Was it the steering?
Yeah.
Did the girl presented there? Was she actually flying the helicopter, or she said she could go back, but it looked a bit too smooth?
Well, she's believe me, she's played that demo hundreds of times, so it looked really smooth. You're right. But yes, you can turn around, you can go back. If you didn't get something, you can fly anywhere in there within reason. Like you can't just fly up and out of the the valley. So the way we kind of cheated with that, I'll say cheated, but it's actually sort of the secret sauce. It's the recipe. Is we control the elevation for the players. So you can fly around with the thumbsticks. And it was important for us when we made that level that it was an intuitive control scheme. We didn't want players to hop into the helicopter and then feel like they had to learn how to fly. As soon as they realize, crap, I have a controller in my hand, now what are the buttons? That takes them out of the immersion, and that's no good. So we wanted to keep them in that. So we told them, you need to make a helicopter that we can fly, but it has to feel like a Call of Duty helicopter. And that's what they came back with, and it's really good. So if you know how to play Call of Duty, you're going to know how to fly that helicopter.
Yeah, so, but is it possible to crash into the mountains? Or?
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay.
That's it.
So,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.